Hello, everybody. This is the investing teacher, high school science teacher, teaching others how to invest. In this video, I'm going to combine the December passive income with the full year net worth calculation of my current net worth. I've been doing the net worth calculation every 6 months, and I've been doing the monthly every month for the last almost 2 years. So if you're interested in seeing how the progress went, feel free to check any of the other videos. Let's get right to it. All right, first let's get to the December 2020 passive income. Biggest month I've ever had, actually, at $967.99. There's a main reason for that is I've been selling a lot of cash secured puts and covered calls. Some of them are expiring into January, so that full passive income might be changing in January. SPHD is $6.96. I did sell a covered call a few months ago on it, and I am probably going to just liquidate this position to sell covered calls in the future. Main Street Capital 2426. I did have to sell 100 shares last month because the cash secured put at the covered call I made at 30 actually was exercised. KBWI did increase to 2377. I'm going to possibly sell a few shares of this next month in order to do a new strategy for the new year. Realty Income, Steady Payer 2442. I might slightly trim this, but next month should be in at least the low 20s. My options was $489 in passive income, and I'll go over that shortly. There's a lot of quarterly payers this quarter. Intel 1023, Pfizer 1221, Visa 192, VYM, which is one of my main focuses for next year, 2460. VIG is $2.02, SLYV $75, VNQ 40.17, and Newts is $80.32. So Newt was the highest payer of all of my dividend-paying companies. YouTube, I did earn $153.11. So thank you very much for all of the viewers and listeners to the channel. Definitely helps out the channel a lot to be watching this, and I do this channel for you guys. So keep on watching, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I definitely appreciate it. Some of the things I'm going to do is sell SPHD and a few other positions, a small amount. I'm going to go cash secured puts with covered calls on high implied volatility stocks with $10,000 in my Roth IRA. And I'm going to make a future video describing exactly what I'm doing with that. Let's look at the options from this month. I'm not going to go over all these because there's a lot of them. So the ones in bold here, all the way down, were all of the covered calls I made this month, which is quite a bit. If you want to know a little bit more detail, I'll do a separate video on it. But the blue ones are cash secured puts. That means that I am trying to either get premium or buy the particular company at a lower price than what it currently is. For instance, for Main Street Capital, the stock price was $32.78. I sold a cash secured put at 30. So I'm willing to buy it back at 30 because I initially sold a cover call at 30, and they paid me $34 in premium to do this. The ones that are in black are the covered calls. So my covered calls are still going. I did Pfizer a few times. I did get $489 in premium for Pfizer, and then bought it back at $255 because I wanted to just keep moving with Pfizer. But Pfizer is one of these weekly/monthlies I'm going to be doing to try to catch up from the BTRS Viatris stock that it gave me last month. As you can see, I put a lot of puts in PLTR, 1, 2, 3, 4 so far, and I did buy one of them, so I still have 3 that are up for grabs here. Just the yearly numbers that we have. For 2020, the dividends was $2,380, which was a little bit of an improvement from last year, even though last year had a little bit of cuts in dividends, especially with KBWI, SPHD, but been adding more money in. It did max out 2 Roth IRAs, so the dividends did increase slightly from last year. My options total profit was $1,625. For profit, I'm counting any collected premiums. I subtract any of the buy to closes to get rid of the position, And for a few like Main Street Capital and Store, when I had to sell my 100 shares in the covered call because the price went higher than what I expected it to go, I did count that as a negative because let's say it's at 31 and I had to sell at 30, that'd be a $100 loss there. YouTube income, $659.67. Again, definitely appreciate all of you viewers to the channel. Definitely helps the channel out by watching, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And leave any comments down below of how I might be able to help you with your investing journey. My total passive income last year was $4,664. Now, some of it's not quite passive because I'm doing a few option trades, but in general, that is a pretty high amount of passive income. So I'm definitely appreciative of. 4664 is a pretty big jump from last year. Last year was 1973, so I over doubled it. That is a little bit skewed, however, because of my option trades, because I'm selling cash secured puts and covered calls with a decent amount of my position. Those are not going to necessarily gain as much as the capital gains I would have gotten last year. So definitely taking that into consideration, but cannot complain about double in my total numbers. Okay, next let's look at our net worth, or my net worth. I've been doing this net worth calculation since 2012, and I made these smaller because I don't have much room for them. Every 6 months, I'm going to look at my assets, and I'm going to subtract my liabilities. Assets minus liabilities is your net worth. So just real quick on the numbers. My assets, the Roth IRA is now at $29,000 instead of $25,000. So the stock market did help that in the last 6 months. My TRS for teacher retirement will steadily go up about $2,500 every 6 months. Wife's Roth IRA, we've been adding a lot in the last 6 months anyway to max hers out, and we got a lot of gains. So pretty much all of the losses she had last 6 months was gained back in these 6 months and went up $13,000 in 6 months. So that's good. Okay, about the same. Car value. With my car, I've been taking the KBB value with the miles that I have in a year, and my RAV4 is worth about $16,543 in a private sale. I'm sorry, that's actually a trade-in. If I did a private sale, it would be a little bit more than that. Same thing for the Sonata. Then the liabilities. We have our credit cards. We have our mortgage. Mortgage, notice, is steadily decreasing. Right now, our mortgage is $124,000, and our house is worth. What I've been doing is a 3% return of the previous 6 months. I do 1.5% every 6 months, so it's 3% every year. And we're at $170,752. I am getting some reports on Zillow and other avenues that the house is probably worth about $190 to $195 instead of $170. But I've been doing the 3% return ever since we bought the house. I'm going to continue doing that. But again, it could be a little bit different. I'm not planning on selling our house right away. The total assets minus liabilities ends up being $178,066. That's everything we own minus everything we owe. Luckily, it increased. It actually increased about $23,000 in the last 6 months. And if you look at these numbers on the top here, we've been steadily increasing every 6 months, pretty much every time. So 70, 80, 90, 111, 12, 130, 150, 160. The only time we actually went down our net worth was in June because of the stock market took a big tumble. This might be a trend in the future if we have a big stock market dip that could actually lower the net worth. Not too concerned about it if it only happens for 1 or 2 of these timetables, but something to consider. $178,000.66, definitely proud of. So again, that's my net worth and my quarterly and options and all that good stuff with passive income. Goals for next year will be to at least continue going up in both of these. I don't have any specific numbers yet because next year my wife will be working in nursing school the whole year and our income might be a bit lower, but we're going to be doing stuff on options that hopefully will bring that back up. So if you have any questions, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, definitely helps out the channel. Appreciate all you viewers out there, and I will talk to you guys next time.